good day class. We are now on laboratory exercise number 2. So this is all about the energy forms and changes. So this exercise relates to our topic in module 2. So diba atong module 2 is more on heat transformation and the laws of thermodynamics. So in this exercise, again, we are still using the FET simulation. And in this exercise, our objective here is you are going to learn how to predict the transformation of energy when a certain object are heated or cooled, and also for the objects that are come in contact at different temperatures. And then you will be able to, the second one here, be able to describe the different types of energy and give examples from everyday life. So on top of mga types of energy, we have heat energy, mechanical, potential, so on and so forth. And the next, you'll be able to learn how to describe uh, the energy transformation from one form to another. Let's say, suppose we have a water, diba? Si water mag-transform from ice to liquid, and then liquid to gas, or in other words, steam. So kanang energy transformation dyan ato makita ang physical appearance sa tubig kung na siya sa solid state, liquid state, or gaseous state. And then finally, you'll be able to define what is the conservation of energy in real life systems. So in this exercise, again, it started by clicking uh, this link right here, but I already I already reserve you some kanang links nga inyong magamit. So we have here my file. So don't worry, I will send this one to you. Kani siya nga HTML file gyapon sa FET ni siya. So energy forms and changes. You can open this one at any browser. You can have Mozilla Firefox, Microsoft Edge, or Google Chrome. Once you click that one, so you will be directed to the browser, of course. So this is our interactive simulation again by FET. So sa FET gihapon ni siya nga interactive nga kanang simulation. So to adjust. Okay, man siya. So we have here the introduction and also the system. So here for part 1, warm up. So describe daw what are the following terms. So temperature and heat. So it's up to you. Then using daw your definition for temperature above, explain how a thermometer works to provide a visual representation of the temperature. So when you say thermometer, that is an instrument used to measure the temperature of a certain body. So we have several units for this one. The SI is degrees Celsius, but the absolute unit is Kelvin. Then we also have for imperial degree Fahrenheit, and its equivalent absolute unit is the Rankine. So the simulator daw in procedure number 4 right here, can I see the simulator allows us or allow you to add the same amount of heat energy to different materials. So inside this simulation, we have it contains a lot of materials there that you can use during the simulation. So if you're able to measure the temperature of these materials as you are heating them, because here we're going to heat, okay, we're going to heat different materials here, and of course we're going to observe what would happen to its shape or its temperature. Then next is you're heating them, would you predict that each will have the same temperature changes? So be mindful with the thermometer here, kay in this simulation, of course, there is a temperature gauge. So nyo kita on unsa ang pag-rise sa ilahang current temperature. Is it the same or different? So imo na siya i-explain why. Part 2. So mano na siya sa part 2. Now, in order to start the part 2, the experimentation nga kanang section, so click here, click the subscribe button, I mean the intro nga button. So this one right here, kaning intro. So click this one, diri man ta mag-work. So intro, click. Then once you click, madirect ka na ini. So mo na siya ang ato ang simulation here. So on the left side we have this thermometer. So you can click this, then mag-grab na nimo. Kung di na nimo siya i-click, kung di nimo i-click ha, di nimo siya i-click, imo siya i-drag directly. Now you cannot drag this one. So be sure to click this. Click before drag. Okay? Click before drag. The next, we have some legends here or some buttons to be activated or deactivated. So here naka-deactivate pa ni. Once you, or if you're going to activate this, so you can press the checkbox. So ma-appear na siya. So notice if I'm going to check energy symbols, so it will show this one. So mura siya mo blurred ang atong material, but it shows the number of energy daw nga na-possess sa atong object. Again, energy is not a property of material, but it is a quantity that can be transferred. So kana siya mobile ni siya, mobile ning mga energies nga naa diri sa iron, bricks, water, and olive oil. So these are our materials. We have 4: iron, bricks, water, and olive. And as you can see, each of them possess some energies kaning E. Kani mga small square nga na E. Okay, so as you notice, si iron daghan compared ni brick. Si brick duhara. And also for liquid, si water daghan kay siya energy content, si olive gamay ra. So explain why ngano ka no. Okay, ngano ka. Actually kani siya clue lang sa inyo is these numbers here relates to their specific heat. Okay, specific heat. If you already know the value of their specific heat, then makarealize ka, nga mao di ay mao ding daghan si iron og mga energy box dire compared with brick, and also the same with water and olive oil. So the two right here kaning middle nga mga materials yung nakita, this is a heater. So this one heat, cold daw. So this one is a knob. You can adjust them. You can adjust both of them separately. Let's say mag-init ko, so magawa dira ang fire nga icon. Pabugnaw ko, magawas po ang ice nga icon. Ako ibutang sa normal, mo stay dira pod siya. Mao na siya ang energy symbols. And then for the link heaters, if you're going to activate this, it means that you will be able to increase the temperature, or you'll be able to toggle this heater kanang kuan in a single unit, meaning di sila ma-separate. Mausa na nimo siya pag-toggle. Let's say if I'm going to toggle the right heater, mo toggle pod sila, so magdunga na sila. Okay, gamit kani especially if you are going to experiment to materials at the same time. Mana siya link heater from the word itself, i-link nimo duha ka heater. So next, for procedure number 5, it states that you're going to position the iron block on one of the ring stands and move a thermometer to the block to measure the temperature of it. So if I have here the iron block, i-drag na nimo. So again, i-press good, always press before dragging. Press then drag, butang nimo siya dira. Okay, ato siya sunugon. So here, again, press the thermometer before dragging this one. I-drag na to ni iron. Butang. Now, makita nimo nga nabutang na siya because of this, like, kaning arrow. So, yeah. Iwa pa na siya butang, di na siya mo-highlight og gray. So, once nabutang na siya, mo-gray na na. Okay? Kita ay triangle sa left side, mo-gray na. Meaning, naka-sukod na siya, nakabutang na. Then, ingon diri. Then, click the energy symbols tab. Click na to sa energy symbols tab. And ingon diri. And begin increasing the heat under the iron. Describe what you observe. So, okay, let's say to increase o ginahina yung heat. So, as you notice, mihatag. Ang heater, mihatag energy. Diba? So, what I have told you, energy can be transformed from one body to the other. So, here, tungod ka naman tayo heater, so si heater, he gives off heat. Iya gihatag ni iron. So, wala si iron, daghan na kay energy dira. So, sa kayo may tabo if we're going to increase pa. Increase na ako, kusog na kayong kayo. Hala, as you notice, see the thermometer. Okay, kita kanang iyahang kadra. So, ito na hinglupad nga E. So, meaning, gives up na siya og energy. So, di ba na phase change? Pareha sa tubig, magbukal-bukal, mo steam siya. So, the same thing for every material. Bisag iron pa na siya, di mo maka-imagine nga mabukal yun ng iron. Kung kusog na nga heat, bukal gina siya. So, manang, di ba, as you notice, energy is not a property itself, but it is dynamic. Mo-transform na siya from one material, mapasa siya to the other. So, dire, iyan ang pasa sa environment. Environment maning naa dire. Environment. So, kita akong gibuhian, mo gamay siya. Okay, hinay na iyahang pag expel og energy. So describe ang imong na-observe. Pati po sa temperature scale. So di ba napuno? Oh, kitang temperature init kayo, napuno gud siya. Next, predict what you would see if you are able to measure the temperature of the iron block and the brick block. So, as instead of this iron, at imo po day i-hit si brick. But actually, if you want to do or if you want to replace this material, now just press this one, this button on the bottom right. Kani siya. Actually, this is kana siya a restart the simulation. So click nimo ma-restart tanan og ma-uncheck po ning mga box diri check box. So ibutan na po nimo si brick, the same thing, press the thermometer, drag it, then if makainganan na siya class, di na siya mo reading nga naman as you notice wala pa naka color iyang triangle diri nga indicator. Dapat yung panibutang pagbutang na wala na siya. Okay? So base ni masayop maana dira kita see what would happen. We put here some energy. If we're going to hit this, okay, going to hit this. So, nabay change sa iyahang temperature. Wala, nag-init rata, why temperature reading? Why? Because of this. Ayang indicator, okay? Dapat nakaangara na. Okay, naka-color na. As you notice, tuara. Gisukoday niya. Okay? So, be careful with that one. Now, once you already done, actually, this experiment is for 6. Okay, 6. And then for 7, click the reset button. And this time daw kuno, dunganon daw kuno ang duha. Click reset button, dunganon ang duha. Now, then drag the iron block on one stand and the brick block on the second stand. Iron block sa one stand, brick block on the other. This time, magamit na nato ang link heater. So again, put down a thermometer in both blocks to measure the temperature of each. Click and drag. And then, situate the triangle na colored. Click, click and drag, click and drag. Situate nga na colored na po siya for the brick. So, duha na kabuok. Gi-place na to ang thermometer properly. Next here, before adding any heat daw the blocks, dapat i-click sa nimong energy symbol and link heaters. Click nimong duha. So, meaning, naka-activate na ang link heaters. So, if imo ni i-change ang knob on either of this heater, so increase na yung heat, mapasiga na nato. So here, observe any differences in the blocks and provide a reason. The next, increase daw the temperature on the blocks and observe the thermometer recorded. So ang kaning gipasabot niyang observe daw any differences in the blocks and provide a reason for this. So sa pa mi hit, so observe nimo unsa kay kwan, maybe obviously man gyud imo kitaon tanan i-scrutinize nimo. Si iron kay na ay mga E, nya si brick kay na ay E, pero okay, kay na mo. Obvious na kaayo. Siya unsa pilaka kabuk ang E ni iron, si brick pilaka. So that is also a one good observation. So here for procedure number 8, increase daw ang temperature nila. So ato increase, so nagdungan sila dungan sila. Ato increase santo datong padakon. So kita po di-observe ninyo kung asay paspas mo tubo ang temperature by looking at the temperature or the thermometer na kita ninyo. Okay, observe ninyo kung sa ba, increase ba or decrease ba. And then, if you wanted to use this experiment to get quantitative observations, so ito pasagda na daghan kayo migawas nga energy ni brick kaysa sa ni iron. So unsa ka nganong ingana ka, okay? As you notice na puno ang thermometer sa ilang duha, meaning reach sila sa maximum nga reading nga kaya ani nga thermometer. Then for procedure number 9, if you wanted to use this experiment to get quantitative observations and create a graph showing trends, list the variables in such an experiment. So independent nga variable mao na siya ang variable nga wala nag-agad sa ka variable, and dependent nag-agad siya, and then controlled. So ikaw mo na bahala, maybe ang inyong independent kay ang kaning temperature, or maybe the amount of energy, or maybe ang kanang ang kanang amount of heat nga gi emit sa heater. So it's up to you. Okay, mo na siya independent, dependent, and controlled. So maybe the dependent variable diri is ang temperature. Okay, kay if ang ato ang independent kay ang heat, okay, so mo vary ang temperature, so it's up to you class. And then next, repeat the comparison done with the blocks above, in this time comparing the two liquids. So imo na pod i-restart si tubig na pod og si olive oil imong pagabuhatan og comparison silang duha. Again, dapat i-link na nimo sila, okay, i-link na nimo, and then imo sila initon. So i-observe, okay, but we forgot to put the thermometer. So thermometer butang, so here ato pa initon. Okay, observe nimo asay una mo init, asay mo una nga mutaas din ang temperature niya, and then kita, so see kinsa may unag bukal, pasabot ang energy hinggawas na bukal na siya, so nanay steam hinggawas na niya, nanay vapor state or vapor phase nga hinggawas. Okay, so next, repeat again, this time comparing the water and iron. So kuanday nakay kuan ka comparison tulo. The first one is ang duha ka blocks, ay kaduha kay gi-compare nimo ang duha ka liquids, ay katulo kay comparing the water and the iron. So ikatulo is kaning tubig dire, then iron dire sa bigas. Nya dunganon gihapon sila, nakay temperature dire, nabukay temperature sa usa. So i-click nimo, dunganon gihapon sila ni mag-init. So imoy compare kung asay mas mutaas din ang temperature, asay mas dugay nga mainit. So ngano kaha, why is it? So provide your explanation. Then number 12, it's up to you na kamunay bala, what does your experimental tell you about the water, or what does your experiment tell you about the water? Okay, then for part 4, this is specific heat capacity. So here you're going to conduct a research to find kung giun sa pagkuha ang specific heat capacity of water. Now this is not actually research, kay research lang. So ang good nga site for having a research associated with specific heat capacity, actually in Google. Now you can search for kuan Google Scholar, na dira mga legit nga mga research paper. So from Google, search for Google Scholar, click this one, and then write the kuan isuwat nimong topic. So here, specific heat capacity of water. Actually same na sila, or thermal capacity, specific heat capacity or thermal capacity, same na siya. So press nimo. So here are the list of some mga legit nga mga research ay mo makita diri. So let's say this one, measurement of the specific heat capacity using capacity of water based on Al2O3 nanofluid. So basahan ninyo nya, ikuha ninyo unsay mga methods or mga pamaagi sa pagkuha nila sa specific heat. Or you can just Google here, try na to Google diri, method in kuan, experimental method to find specific heat of water. So once you've done that, kita ara ang at ilahang kuan, ilahang kanang ilang pamaagi ba, ayaw yun i-kuan yun taran kay mataas na yung mga answer. So just take note the methodology nga naa nila kung yun sila na pagkuha ang specific heat, not only for water but also for iron, kay naman this procedure number 13. Then based on your observation analysis from above, explain what you would expect to see when you research the specific capacity value for copper. So copper na pod, research po ni mga specific heat capacity sa copper para napo kay insights o clue for this question number 14 nya. Specific heat of copper is blank ang value diri. This means that maybe si copper is dako siya specific heat capacity nga na, or gamay din siya specific heat capacity compared with water, mo din nga ni siya, blah blah blah. Then for 16, clay bricks are used as building materials in construction. Do some research on specific heat capacities of brick, concrete, stone, etc. and advise do some research there. So research mo about specific heat sa brick, concrete, and advise on what this means for society. So ngano ing ana man ang value sa lang specific heat. So maybe I will give you a clue. So diba kana sila mga insulator na sila. So mo nang brick ang gigamit tungod kay will keep our house cool on summer and then hot during mga cold seasons or during winter nga na. So tungod kay maybe dako sila specific heat or maybe gamay sila specific heat or ilang thermal conductivity or di kay sila conduct di sila they are not good conductor of heat nga na. So basig nga na. So it's up to you. Again, kung gusto mo magkuha og mga legit nga research paper diri sa Google Scholar. Okay, so I think that's all for this experiment. So ang kani siya nga simulator ako na siya i-send sa inyo ha. So, mara na inyong gamiton with the exercise, laboratory exercise number 2. So, thank you for listening and have a nice day.